Christian sect called the Nazarites. A Christianized Zulu, Isaiah Shembe, founded the Nazarites about the beginning of the present century. As his following grew in numbers, he laid out in a wilderness his town of Ekufa-Kamini, which means place of spiritual uplift. And here he built the church that towers over the neatly ranged huts and dominates the lives of all. In this community, work is a religious obligation, especially for women. Although they are Christians, rules of living are based on the Old Testament. Nazarites eat no pork. They do not work on the Sabbath. They do not cut their hair. They do not smoke or drink. But they may marry polygamously. To the Nazarites, cattle are currency. Large transactions, such as marriage contracts, are expressed in numbers of cows. The social center of Ekufa-Kamini also is the trading center. Between shopping errands, there is plenty of time for talk, sitting in the sun, and for sauntering with no vital goal in view. A bell tower stands over the house of the founder who died in 1935. His son, the Reverend Mr. Johannes Galilee Shembe, now is the leader of the Nazarites and lives in the house. Morning and evening he removes his shoes and enters his father's tomb to pray. All within the limits of Ekufa-Kamini hear the ringing bell that summons them to kneel and do likewise, wherever they may be. Coiffures are freshened and hair skirts brushed glossy to be ready for the great annual religious festival of the Nazarites. All in white for the purely Christian part of the festival, 7,000 of the 60,000 followers of the Reverend Mr. Shembe have come to the little village. They raise a hymn with Zulu words set to a Church of England air. And the formal grove set out by the Nazarites' founder overflows with devout worshipers. They hear a sermon which the Reverend Mr. Shembe delivers quietly, repeated by his chief subordinate, who is called the High Priest. From the sermon, the Nazarites turn to the form of religious expression that Africa understands best. This is the dance of thanksgiving to God. The high priest leads the married men in clothes cooler than the traditional leopard skin. In some unexplained way, the kilt has come from Scotland far into Africa to become a badge of the unmarried men. The maidens in the dance of the Nazarites carry umbrellas as symbols of dignity. At a time long past, wives of British missionaries, never seen without umbrellas, made an impression that is held worthy of perpetual emulation. These marriageable women in beadwork finery are divided into two groups. Those younger than 25 wear red skirts. Those over 25 wear black. It is unusual in Africa to find such a proportion of mature women unmarried. The reason here is cost. Taking a bride is so expensive that few young men can achieve it.